we rolling? Oh, we're rolling. She doesn't tell me anything. She says take one. There's no clap, nothing. This is like the movies.
We went. Of course. Londi, there has been a request for a story about some birds you were in contact with when you were house sitting for Pam and Bob.
Oh, yes. Aunt Marge was just in the nursing home. Bob and Pam had a trip planned, and they said, Londi, you want to come house sit? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? We have cicadas here in Ohio, so that would be a good week to get away. So we land, they pick me up from the airport, 11 o'clock. We finally get home. It's 11:30, it's late. They got to get up early to go to the airport the next morning. And I don't even get my suitcases down, and Bob's running through the house telling me what I have to do to take care of the birds and where I have to go and what to feed them and how much and who and what gets what cup and what gets frozen out of the refrigerator. And Pam goes, Bob, let her at least put her suitcase down. So we get back. I take him to the airport the next morning. I get back. I go, okay, now I got to try and remember everything that Bob told me to take the birds, take the bottoms out. Just say step up, and they'll step on your hand, and you put them outside on the perch, and you can clean their cage. Okay, fine, all that's well. Till it comes time to put them back in the cage. They like it outside. They don't want to go. So I'm going step up, telling them all kinds of things. They don't like my accent. So I finally get two of them back in the big cage. It was the white one and the other big blue-green one. I don't remember their names. And so the one blue one does not want to come in. I'm chasing him around the pool. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So I call the vet, and I go, how am I supposed to get him in there without hurting it or killing the darn thing, for crying out loud? So she's hysterical, laughing at me, trying to tell her how to catch the bird. So finally I got fed up. I threw a towel over it, picked it up, got it in the house. It escaped. So Anna and I, cousin Anna was up from Arkansas visiting, and we took chairs and we cornered it into the room. So we did another towel thing, and I finally got it in the cage. Next morning, we get up, blood all over the place. So now, self-mutilating, or whatever it is that they call it. So I called the vet. I explained to her what happened. Now, mind you, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea. There's no street sign. There's nothing. There's trees. And me being a city girl do not relate to trees. So this was another adventure. And they didn't have GPS then. So then I got to find a cage to get the bird out of one cage into the other one. So somehow I managed that. I get her in the car. I give it to the vet. Drive all the way home. It's about a half-hour ride. I come home. The vet calls. We're going to keep her overnight. Okay, fine. Just don't put her in Motel 6 and don't give her a fancy suite, because when Pam gets the bill, she's going to have a heart attack. Okay? So next morning, I'll pick her up in the afternoon. Next morning, I get up. The other one's bleeding. So I call the vet. I tell him.
No.
Yeah. So I call the vet again. I said, look, I got another one here. I said, that's doing the same thing. So I said, I'll drop one off and pick. She goes, well, that one's not our patient. I go, look, you're a vet. It's got birds. It knows how to fly. It's got wings. Figure it out. I don't have any options here. So I'm back and forth with the birds, back and forth. And then I finally get them all home, and I look at them and I go, you're on lockdown. Nobody's leaving their cage, and I don't care if you don't like it. So they didn't like it. They used to snip at me when I put their food in water, but I got over that. That was easy enough. So then what happened? Oh, yeah. Then we had a power outage. So the freezer goes out, and everything melts in the freezer. And I just had the garage all cleaned up because I was bored, and I swept everything out, and it was so nice. And then there's water all over the floor. So I take everything out of the freezer. I clean up that mess. I couldn't wait for them to get back. And then, of course, Skipper was very good, but Skipper had an ear infection. So I'm giving the dog its medicine, too. It was like, I'm not visiting anymore. End of story. But they were very happy to see Mommy and Daddy when they got home.
As were you.
Yes, so was I. That was it. End of story. Hope you all enjoyed it.
That's a wrap.